In this video, I'll show you how to use the new iOS 17 check-in feature that allows you to let your family or friends know you've arrived at your location. Check-in is a great way to keep seniors safe. Check-in is available on all iPhones updated to iOS 17 or newer. Check-in is not available on the Mac or iPad. If we haven't met, I'm Ellen from Ellen's Tips for iOS, where I help seniors master their iPhones and iPads. If you find the video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing. Let's get started. Your check-in recipient will receive message alerts when 1. You send the check-in. This will alert them to your check-in destination, time, or timer duration. You end the check-in. You don't respond to the check-in timer, or you don't respond to the emergency SOS call prompt. And the last reason is if your iPhone has been offline for some time. To use check-in, open the Messages app and choose a conversation or create a new one. Now tap the plus button in the lower left corner and tap More. Now select Check-in. Review the initial information screens and when ready, tap Continue. Next, choose what you would like to share with this individual. So now you can choose either limited data, which includes your current or most recent location, your iPhone's network signal details, and your iPhone or Apple Watch battery charge. If you choose full detail, this includes all the details of the limited data, plus the route you traveled, the location where you unlocked your phone, and the location where you removed your Apple Watch. After choosing your options, go ahead and tap Continue. Now, if you need to get back to the limited or full options, you'll find them inside the Settings app under Messages and Data. Continue to follow through the detail screen and tap Send a Check-in. The check-in card will be added to your message, and now you'll need to tap on Edit. Now you can send the check-in when you arrive at your location or after a specific time has passed. Here's how to do that. Now you can see that the check-in is inside of the message that I want to send. What I need to do now is go ahead and tap on Edit. And if I want to use, instead of after a timer, if I want to use when I arrive, I select that, tap on Change, and then put in the destination that you want to use. So I'm going to just say Web Park. And I'm going to select that. It locates that, and I can either choose small, medium, or large, and that just increases the circle around the area where I want to be located. So I'm going to take it to the smallest because you want it to be pretty precise where you're going to be. And when I'm finished, I'm going to tap on Done. And now you'll see that the driving takes about 15 minutes to get there. And if I tap on Done, you'll see that the check-in time is around 11:10 a.m. and all I need to do is go ahead and tap on Send. And when I do that, the recipient is going to receive the information of that particular check-in. I'm going to tap on Edit again. And the other thing I'll remind you of is you won't see those initial screens after you've done it the first time. Those initial screens won't pop up. The check-in will just be added, and then you'll need to choose when I arrive or after a timer. If I choose after a timer, I can set a timer, and once I've set that timer, it'll notify the person of when I expect to be there, and they will be notified with an alert. And if I don't arrive on time, then they'll be notified unless I change the time. I can always go back in and change the time. You'll see that the check-in data is limited, and if I want to locate that data, I have to go into the message setting area. And you'll only see that once you've created a check-in. If you don't have a check-in created, you are not going to see that data inside of the Messages app. So for right now, I'm going to I'm going to say when I arrive, I'm going to tap on done. And now I can put a comment in and say, I expect to arrive here at this time, or I'll be here for a couple of hours, or whatever I want to say. And then I can go ahead and tap on send. So for this example, I am going to use the timer for the check-in instead of destination. And so I'm going to go ahead and send it, and you'll see what happens on the other end. You may not see the initial alert because I'm screen recording, but if I swipe down to come into the lock screen, that's what the alert will look like on your phone when you receive it. So I set up a 10-minute timer. So if I don't respond to this in 10 minutes, then the individual on the receiving end is going to get a notification of where I'm located. So let me swipe up to come in, and I'm going to tap on the Messages app. And you'll see that the check-in timer is going to end at 11:15. If I tap on details, it says you'll be notified after Ellen's timer ends. They'll be prompted when the timer ends. If I don't respond, or if the iPhone places an emergency SOS call, you will be notified and able to view their location. But as long as I respond within that time frame, that doesn't happen. So the individual just, they know where you are, they know when you're supposed to get there, and then all they have to do is wait to see if there is a response from your phone if you don't meet that check-in timer. So you can also cancel that timer, and let me show you how to do that. To cancel your check-in, all you need to do is tap on the details area, and you'll have an option that you'll see that says cancel check-in. And right now the time remaining on the check-in is 2 minutes. So we're going to wait and see what happens once it reaches the end of its timer. But if you want to cancel the check-in, you just go into the check-in where it says details and tap cancel check-in. So the check-in timer that I sent to my sister, as you can see, the timer has ended, and it says that if I don't respond, Susan will be notified in 14 minutes. So that's the amount of time I have to respond, or if I need to, I can actually add more time so that Susan isn't worried by the fact that maybe I didn't get to the destination on time. I can also tap on end, and Susan would be notified immediately that, I'm okay, and she wouldn't receive any other messages at that point, but she would receive an alert that says I've ended the check-in, meaning that all is well. Once the timer has run out, the recipient of the check-in is going to receive a critical alert in their messages, and they can go ahead and tap on details. And when they do, they're going to see that the timer has ended and that the person who sent them the check-in hasn't responded to the critical alert prompts on their phone. And so now Susan has an option. She can look to see where I'm located, and she can see that basically I'm at home, or she can go ahead and call me just to make sure that I'm okay. And, check-in is a great feature if you just want to keep track of somebody who's going on vacation, and you just want to know when they arrive at their destination, and if they check in with you, that immediately ends the check-in. But if they don't end the check-in, you will receive a critical alert letting you know where they're located and whether or not they made it to that destination. You might be wondering if you can notify several people about your check-in, and right now you can only notify one person at a time when using check-in. This new feature in iOS 17 could be of great use to seniors who travel and want to remain safe. You can quickly set up check-in and notify your family members or friends of your arrival. No more forgetting to make that phone call when you arrive, which I often do. Let me know in the comments if you're willing and want to try check-in. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.